Welcome in, Nick Hunter. What's going on? I haven't seen Diego yet, so I guess he hasn't made his way in, but we are live.
All righty, yeah, we are live. Let's go. Let's go.
Sorry about that. Trying to get everything set up on. We're on YouTube and we are on Facebook Live. Make sure you check it out. Making sure everything's going public right now on Facebook. If you're watching this, make sure you hit that like button right here on Facebook and YouTube as well. We're going to be answering questions and talking about Raw. Let's get it started out because tonight's going to be a good one. What is in store with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker tonight? Nick Hunter, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, after seeing what these three have done together, I mean, I'm really, I'm interested to see what they're going to do, but they're also kind of unpredictable. So honestly, God knows what is in store with these three tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then you got this Rusev Day. Rusev taking on Otis. Big Otis sticking around, made it through the releases. What's your thoughts on Big Otis and Rusev tonight, right here on Monday Night Raw?
Oh, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. I can guarantee that. I mean, two big dudes, two big horses, horse fight. As they like to say. And me personally, I love those types of matches. So I'm looking forward to this.
It should be interesting. We got a women's championship match. Io Sky defending. What title is this, Nick Hunter, against Roxanne Perez?
That's a women's world heavyweight, not world heavyweight, but world championship. And so Roxanne's going to be coming on. She's going to be getting an opportunity tonight against Io. As we like we said, the round of releases and everything now, they've got Roxanne coming on and they're coming up. Maybe she's moving up permanently. Maybe.
Hey, well, we're going to find out. I'll just say this. My deal is it's going to be an interesting match. Remember to hit the like button. We're going to be watching Raw live. You're going to get our live reactions tonight. This will be the first time I've watched Raw all the way through in years. We tried to do a live a few weeks ago. It didn't work out. We're definitely going to try it tonight. Should hopefully hang in there. Up next, Becky Lynch is going to confront Lyra Valkyria. What? I honestly don't care. I'm not a big fan of Becky Lynch, so that doesn't appeal to me too much. What about you?
Well, I'm interested in finding out the motivations, kind of deal of Becky Lynch and all that. Like, yeah, I'm interested in seeing all that, how it, she may have said so last week. I don't remember, but I didn't really watch last week. So anyway.
Hey, Megan, how are you doing? And here's Sing Pet Jabroni. I don't know if he's talking about you or me there, but I think he's talking about you, to be honest. Raw starting in about 2 minutes. Let's check out the other deal we got. Penta and JD. What do you think about this? Now, he's trying to get some revenge here.
He is definitely trying to get revenge here. I think it's gonna be a pretty good one. You're definitely gonna want to see this. I'm pretty sure. Penta, fantastic. Ever since he's been with WWE, been doing a lot of great stuff. Not saying he wasn't fantastic beforehand, but he's been doing a lot of great work since he's been with the WWE. And I can't wait to see what him and JD can make happen tonight. He's gonna, he's probably gonna slap JD around a little bit in his gonna slap JD's big head around is what I'm trying to say. And it'll be a fun watch.
It will. We're about a minute away from Raw starting, so check this out. Check us out on social media, Facebook. Just look me up, Brandon Turner. On Instagram at The Brilliant One, TikTok at The Brilliant One, and then Brilliant One, the number one show on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And if you're watching live on YouTube, come check us out on Facebook as well. And if you're watching this right now and have not liked this video or shared it or commented on it, do that now. Show some support for The Brilliant Show. Also, strongcoffeecompany.com. Check it out. get you some Strong Coffee Company and get it with the promo code ATI Wrestling. Get 20% off. I'm stuttering already. Look at me. Check that out at strongcoffeecompany.com. So what do you think about these lives that we've been doing so far? Is everybody liking them? Nick Hunter, what are you thinking so far? And I know you was in there enjoying it last Thursday night with MCW on Chris Topher.
Oh yeah, I think everything's been going pretty good so far with the lives. Don't get me wrong, there've been some kinks that we had to work out, but we've worked them out. We're getting really somewhere with these. I feel like, and excuse me, and so I want to thank everybody that watches, supports, comments, likes, shares, all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, that's the reason that we're able to sit here and just do this and talk about wrestling, do what we like to do. You know what I mean? So,
well, I got a big deal coming up that I'm going to be putting out to give some of the watchers a chance to pick something for us to watch along with and check it out live, and they can be a part of the show. I'll talk about that in a little bit later as Raw gets ready to start. Man, I'm telling you, this is like literally I watched the opening for when they debuted on Netflix. I've caught stuff here and there, but I've not watched it from start to finish. And we're going to do it tonight right here on this live. So, like I said, I mean, we got Paul Heyman. A lot of people say he's not the greatest manager of all time. I'm sorry. I mean, he's up there. The longevity, what he's done over his time. All right, here we go. I love Seth's glasses. Those glasses were awesome. Look at them damn glasses. They're damn great. They're great. Honestly, I think that Braun Breaker should have been Scott Steiner's son. He looks just like Scott Steiner. I mean, I know he looks like Rick too, but man, he looks like a carbon copy of Rick Steiner. I mean, Scott Steiner.
Yeah. Just a second about Braun Breaker, man. I don't know if he I don't know if it's just because, like you said, his dad and uncle were in the business, but I've never seen somebody at his experience level with as much like instinct for the business as he seems to have. He has those little things that you just can't teach. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And man, the dude's just an absolute beast. Like, I mean, he is the future. He's the star.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn's still hanging on. What I'm trying to figure out is, like, Sami was over a few years ago, like super over. They didn't really do it with him when he was with Roman, taking on Roman,
Mm-hmm.
Why do they keep going to this with Sami? I just don't. I mean, I just don't see it.
Well, I kind of have to disagree with you here. I mean, I think he does what he does very well. I think he's
not a main eventer. He's not that top guy. He does not have. I mean, he's a good in ring worker, yes, but he looks like homeless Jimmy or something. He don't look like a star. And I know people are going to say, oh, well, what's a star look like? Braun Breaker, that's what a star looks like. Now, I like Sami. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to dog talk Sami. He's got a place on the card, but I'm just not. I'm saying, oh, man, that spear. Or that, Breaker is just a monster. But my thing with Sami is this. I mean, I'm just saying he's not that star. He's not the big star. He's your upper mid-card guy. There's this, and I love the curb stomp when Rollins does it.
Since when was Omaha, Nebraska the gateway to the West? I mean, I got family in Nebraska. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not down in Omaha, Nebraska by any means. But
I think what they meant to say it was the gateway to meth was Omaha. So and there's EO Sky. What's your thoughts on EO?
I like EO. EO does I think EO is great at the in ring. Like she's got charisma. You know what I mean? The fans are very attracted to
True,
EO.
Robert.
The fans are very attracted to EO. She's got it. As you could say.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that EO's doing a fantastic job, especially right now.
There she is, and Rusev coming back has boosted him up. Gunther. He's going to go face to face with Pat McAfee tonight. I love Pat McAfee, so this is going to be interesting.
And there's the world heavyweight champion there.
Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Robert Butler says, "What's up, Nick?
What's going on, Robert?"
I didn't know Robert could spell, so somebody must be doing that for him. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He's got to be the most over guy in the company. I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, that's all right. Because not everybody is going to be, the biggest fan of one particular guy. You know what I mean? But just look at how much these people, go with him. Whatever he does, they go with it. You know what I mean? And that's something you can't teach right there. That's something you can't teach.
That is true. Now, if you have not liked this video, this live, hit the like button, share it. Let's get it going. I want to break some records tonight. I want to get more comments than we got last Thursday. I think we got 368 comments. We had a lot of likes. I want to try to get 100 likes on here, and we're only at 3 right now. We got to boost that up. But we got time. We're just getting started. I mean, it's raw, baby.
Yeah, Jay ain't even made it to the ring yet, so we got a lot of time.
Ha, you got jokes, huh? Oh, you want me to pull out some jokes, Mr. Beach Patrol? Now I can pull out some jokes. I'm just messing with you, Robert. I ain't gonna go there. We know you didn't get no time. But anyway, I love Robert. Robert's a great guy, man. He really is. I used to love seeing him at the shows. He was one of my only fans that I ever had. So, man, my little niece is 2 years old, and she does when Jey Uso comes on the dang screen, she's doing this, and I'm like, and she does the Tribal Chief, One True Chief, and Cody Rhodes. When his music hits, she starts saying Cody Rhodes. She done already got into the wrestling bug here, and at 2 years old, which if you knew, you've met my brother-in-law, and me and him grew up loving wrestling. My wife grew up loving wrestling, so wrestling's been in our blood forever, and so it's gonna happen with her as well. Let's see, we got another comment, Mr. Jarrett McKenzie. In your opinion, where does Seth Rollins rank in the WWE at current time? Right now, one of the top guys. I've always thought Seth was one of the main guys. He's like, you look back at it, you got The Rock, you got Austin, you got Taker. He's in that category, in my opinion. Also, that's what I wanted to bring up to you too, Nick Hunter. Talking about like The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Taker, that era. Look at that, man. That crowd's going crazy. That's just unbelievable. But out of all the old timers, when the old timers come back, they get a big pop and stuff. Do you still get that feeling when The Rock's music hits, like, oh my God, The Rock? Or is it just like, oh, okay? Because Steve Austin still gets that big pop. I just don't think The Rock gets it like Austin or HBK, some of the older timers. I think Rock's kind of just like, okay, he's gone. We don't care. Whatever.
Yeah. I think the people in the building will definitely come up for him because I mean it's The Rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're excited that they're getting to see The Rock in live and in living color. But I feel like some people after the last couple times he's been on at the last couple times he's been on TV, and it hasn't really led to much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Involving him, you know what I mean? I think
Right.
maybe at this point, he might be wearing out that welcome, which I mean, as a star of the past coming back, I mean, that's hard to do, is to wear out that welcome. You know what I mean?
It really is. And like with Austin, man, I think Austin could come back every night and they would still get the same big pop. Jay's fixing to speak. Let's see what he's got to say. Remember to hit that like button. Follow us right here on my Facebook page. This is my personal page. Follow me on it. Or send me a friend request, either one.
The World Heavyweight Champion, main event Jey Uso, is here.
See, I think the reason that Jay resonates with the fans is because he's just like them. He's trailer park trash. Robert Butler, Luke Bates has got Yeet up in here. Where's Blue Bolt, Luke Bates? We don't know no Blue Bolt.
What was it?
At least he's going to get booed like Hulk Hogan. Man, don't talk bad about the Hulkster. I'm surprised you know how to spell these things, Luke. I think somebody's doing it for you, just like with Robert. Yeah. Let me ask you about the Hulk Hogan thing that Robert brings up here. At least he didn't get booed like Hulk Hogan, man. When Hogan showed up that night, what was it? The Netflix debut or something? And got booed out of the building?
Yeah.
Like, what was your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, hey, maybe the people,
I've never been a Hulk Hogan fan, so I'm just saying that to you.
Yeah, the current WWE audience, they just don't want to see Hulk Hogan no more, And I mean, after all of his controversies and all the things that he has claimed that may or may not be true, I'm not going to come out and say that they were lies or anything, but the things he said that may or may not be true.
Look at this.
Did Paul get a fake tan?
I think he's cooking. I don't think that's a tan.
So you're going to lecture me about betraying our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I am. I'm going to talk to you. Because from day one, I saw past you. I warned my cousin about you. I warned CM Punk about you, too. Well, it's a shame while you were handing out the warnings, nobody bothered to warn me.
God, Heyman's great. And here we are in 2025, and he's still kicking it up. His beer must really suck. Whose beer? Which beer are you talking about? Are you talking about him drinking water?
No, we're talking about Hogan.
Oh, Hogan?
Hogan's real American beer.
Oh. I don't know. I hadn't tried it. If it ain't an IPA, I don't really drink them. Heck, I've been trying to get a hold of me some of that Broken Skull IPA forever from Austin. And they just don't sell it anywhere around here, and I haven't been able to get nowhere they have it. I wanted to try the Broken Skull IPA. The crowd chanting Punk and Heyman. Those ladies get mad. I thought that was a well-built storyline bit.
Mm-hmm.
Chat dead. I know it's dead, Sing Peck. Get it going, baby. Get it going. Go out there. I think it's dead because Nick Hunter's in here. What do you think? Need some more likes too, so hit that like button if you hadn't and share the video. Share it on your profile. Let people know about the brilliant one and the brilliant show. And Nick Hunter here watching Raw. But tomorrow night's going to be lit. I can promise you when we're talking about GCW Mississippi Rumble and giving away 2 free tickets. 2 free tickets to the show. You're going to have to check it out. Pickle time. Robert, I don't know what you want, what you do in your private time. I don't need to know. All right. Pickle time. Man, people are weird these days. What you gonna do with a pickle? I don't want to know. John, my brother. Huh?
What? What?
I think he's been drinking something tonight. Heyman needs to bring the phone back. You talking about the old block phone?
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. That would be legendary. Bring the old block phone from the 90s cell phone up in here. I can find it. Robert, somebody can find your pickle. He's going to find your pickle. That's all I'm going to say. Now, what's going on with the pickles up in here?
On the island of irrelevancy, and I turned him into the tribal chief and the ruler of the WWE Universe. We were the undisputed WWE champions for 1,316 days, and I'm not the one that blew it by getting beat by Cody Rhodes after being distracted by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
He lost the title.
Cody finished the story now. Cody's gone, right? Cody's no more. He's not in the WWE no more, right? I heard he was making a return to AEW tomorrow night or Wednesday night.
He goes back to being a big dog and big spoons and leaves me in the hands of Solo and Freedom Fatu and the pundits who put me through a table in Madison Square Garden and almost ended my 40-year career, and he didn't come.
You know, they should have casted Paul Heyman to play the Penguin, even though Colin Farrell did a great job. They should have cast Paul Heyman to play the Penguin. He looks just like a penguin. John Taylor's in here. That's my boy.
Oh yeah,
No
John
remorse.
Taylor.
No remorse. John Taylor gonna be whooping some butt. He'll be on here Thursday night.
Shout out John Taylor. Yeah, hey, there he is.
Love it. Yeah, No Remorse will be on here Thursday. You're gonna want to tune in for that live. Me and John, I managed him. One of the top talents on the independent wrestling scene. I'm gonna just tell you, John Taylor is great. But I have not talked. I mean, me and John have texted, but I have not talked to him. I have not seen him since I left 9 months ago. And Thursday night will be our first time interacting face to face. It's gonna be a fun one. We got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of catching up to do.
Awesome.
So all the Cody crybabies are gone. Cody's gone, man. Cody's headed back to AEW. Hunter, you son of a bitch. It's been a while. Say something there.
Hey,
Come
what's
on,
going
Big
on,
Hunter.
John? What's going on, John, man? It has been a while between you and me, man. I hope to see you sometime soon, brother. I miss you.
John Taylor was one of my favorite people to manage. And just watching his progression, watching how great he's become, dude's top notch. That match with him and Fuego del Sol back at the 2024 Mississippi Rumble
Mm-hmm. Banger.
easily stole that show. He was great. He's great. Oh, John, ain't nobody looking more forward to it than me Thursday night. I've been waiting. Me and you get on here because me and you's got a lot of history. We go way back. We go way back to when you first started. So I can't wait. He's hilarious. No, Robert, you're hilarious. You're hilarious looking. That's what you are. Hey Robert, I was gonna ask, man, have you been walking, the beachside, checking out the waves or anything lately? Let's see here. Chris Chambers, one of my favorites. He's a big supporter of the Brilliant Show. Got to give him that. Remember to hit that like button, Chris. Don't forget to hit the like button. Share it as well. But yes, Paul Heyman is spitting facts, but that's what he always does, Chris. That's what he always does. And thank you for supporting the Brilliant Show, man. Look in the mirror. I am looking in the mirror, and it looks pretty damn good from where I'm looking. Have you ever met Beach Patrol, Hunter? Nick Hunter?
Beach Patrol. Are you talking about Robert?
No, Robert's not Beach Patrol. Robert has met Beach Patrol.
Oh no. No. Who are we talking about?
I don't know. We're watching Paul Heyman spit facts, as Chris Chambers says. I was just messing with Robert since he was in the chats. Robert, you the man. That's why I always liked you. You're great. Now don't get your feelings up in there, and don't get your panties too tight either. Now, hey, do you like the Prime drinks?
Me?
Yeah.
Some of them are all right. I mean, they got like strawberry banana. It's all right. I mean,
hold on. I'm innocent. That's what they all say, buddy. That's what they all say. Hey, I mean, let me spell a word for you, Robert. I don't know if you can, spell, but that PLEA word, you don't have to be innocent. You just got to know the right things. But anyway, you're good, buddy. No diddy. Now, Chris, I like you, man, but don't be bringing no baby oil around. I mean, I'm just still not sold on Jey Uso in this spot.
But did he just say, anytime, any price?
Uh-oh, he's spitting in Heyman's face. What is he doing here? He needs to have some respect here.
Oh, tonight we're gonna get a heavyweight title match. Awesome. So it looks like Jey Uso's reign may not be too long. What do you think?
That's what I'm hoping. Seth is rightful champion. I agree with you. Let's see what Jarrett's got to say. Brandon Cornette had the tennis racket. Jimmy Hart had the megaphone. Heyman has the phone. I think you should use a camera and bash the guys in the head. You're a media guy, so a camera would be a great weapon. You know what? I'm going to find me a camera. I'm going to get me one of them. Remember them old VHS cameras that you used to hold up here? You could put the VHS down. I'm going to get me one of them 90s video cameras. I'm going to hit somebody in the head with it. Remember to like that bulb. Hit the like button, share, and comment down here. We're trying to get it going. I'm going to headbutt Suge's wife in his freaking ball sack. You do that, John Taylor, baby. You do that. Suge's been causing a lot of trouble around lately. I heard he's been getting around trying to cause all kinds of trouble. We're at a commercial break right now. All right, so we opened up with Paul Heyman's spitting facts. Wait a minute, I guess we're not. 2 weeks ago, they're showing Penta and JD Madonna.
Oh, yeah. It's Penta and Dom right now.
Yeah, Penta and Dom. Which I think Dom.
Yeah, there's JD. Yeah.
JD Madonna. I love seeing Carlito in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We got another comment from Chris, my boy Chambers. Seth Rollins will be new champion. Let's hope so. I mean, honestly, I would love for him to be because I am not sold on Jey Uso. It's just not for me. I love Penta in WWE. I've liked Penta for a long time. His best work was in Lucha Underground. I
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
Him and Vampiro stuff. But
Mhm.
Penta in WWE, and here comes Penta now. I guess this is kind of where Penta's looking to get that revenge on JD. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll see. But I love Penta in WWE. He's like, man, he's got that swagger about him. He's just, I
Mhm.
love it. Let's see what we got. Another comment. Carlito and R-Truth are national treasures. Yes, they are. I love R-Truth. Like, I've loved R-Truth since he was K-Quick back in WWE back in 2000. Um, thought his run in TNA when he won the world title was great. You know, he's always been one of my favorites to watch. And he even made a run in XPW back in the day as Malik Shabazz, I believe it was. But R-Truth, man, he's been around forever, and he looks like he's found the fountain of youth too, because he just keeps getting younger and younger every day. Protect him with everything. I agree. Well, up next, it looks like we're going to get Penta and JD. Madonna, is it Madonna McDowell? How you say his last name?
McDonough, I think.
McDonough. That's it, McDonough. Him smoking with Miz on Raw. I love Miz too. I know a lot of people can't stand the Miz, but I just love the Miz. Hit that like button right here on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube if you want to check us out. That's at Brilliant, the #1 show on YouTube. So go check that out as well. Against Cena at Capital Punishment. Remember that 2011.
Mhm.
That was great. You know, I was finally glad to see R-Truth finally get a title shot, get something, an opportunity.
Remember when him and Miz got arrested?
Oh yes,
Or
yes.
was that on Raw? Yeah, I think so.
Miz is highly underrated. You're right. He is very highly underrated because you can't find somebody. Look, he's been in WWE for 18 years. He's only been injured once maybe. He's been there for 18 years, only been injured once. Phenomenal in the ring, and phenomenal on the mic. You just can't get any better. Almost 20. I think I know it's like 18. I think. Yeah, he was injured once. It looks like he was. Are you looking up some facts over here?
Yeah. It was actually Hell in a Cell 2011 when they got arrested. For some reason, I thought it was an episode of Raw, but it was actually after Hell in a Cell 2011, I think. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it was. I thought it was around Hell in a Cell, but
yeah,
yeah,
because they locked themselves in the cell. Yeah, that was in New Orleans. Speaking of.
Yep, exactly. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was like the second actual Hell in the Cell pay-per-view too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Either that or the first one. It may have been the first one.
Let's see.
The second or first.
Yeah, 2011. Let's see. So, yeah, triple threat for the title inside Hell in a Cell. Del Rio, Cena, and Punk.
I don't know if you're watching Marcho Hansen, but thank you also for being a supporter of the Brilliant One and the Brilliant Show as well, with your stars and stuff. And if you want to continue giving stars and likes, hit that like button right now for sure. Let's see here. I see that we only got one share. I'm not happy with that one share. Oh, what was that dropped? I'm not happy with one share. We need to get more than one share. So y'all start sharing. Start liking.
There's your boys.
Take y'all fellas later safe. Oh, must be lights out. Must be lights out. You got to get back to the sale count or something. All right, Rob, be safe, brother. Good seeing you, man. His promo on Daniel Bryan Talking Smack was fire. Yes, it was, because I think that was a legit shoot promo on Daniel Bryan that night. Thank you, Chris, for sharing. Oh, here we go. We got Heyman and Braun. Look at Braun, just a star written all over this guy's face. He's a star.
Do you understand what it means? Yeah, I think so. Roman Reigns prepared for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is the biggest star in the entire industry. Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. CM Punk prepared with unbridled passion for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins not only beat Roman Reigns and CM Punk and Roman Reigns lost to Seth Rollins in the main event.
Heyman could sell an igloo to an Eskimo.
Sell holy water to Jesus.
Yeah. Could this be the next big thing right here? Like, we talk about Brock Lesnar, but could Braun Breaker be the next big thing, really?
And he's had no time to prep for Seth Rollins.
Hey, the man that sold his mama's trailer. Who's he talking about? I guess he must have. I think Kenny Krause. I think you're in the wrong chat, buddy. Don't nobody live in trailers around here. Yeah. Can you remember when they were talking, which you probably can't, Hunter, you was not born, but when Heyman came in and with Brock Lesnar, the next big thing, like it was just, and he did. He became the next big thing for sure. What do you think of Pat's commentary? I think he's one of the best. I think he's great.
And here's the thing. I think he used to be. Here's the funny thing about Pat McAfee. He, in my opinion, I used to enjoy his commentary the most. But I think for some reason, he's regressed a little bit. Not to say he's
I agree.
Yeah, he's regressed a little bit, but he's not terrible. You know.
No. I think he's had some handcuffs put on him. I just wish they'd kind of let him off. But I think him and Cole have pulled off good. I like McAfee. Is Corey Graves even still with WWE, or is he on NXT or something?
I think he is supposed to be on NXT. I remember he made a tweet that supposedly landed him in a little bit of hot water, and he was off NXT for a couple weeks. But I think he came back. I think he's back on NXT now.
Yes, Pat is good. That's about the smartest thing you said, King Crab. Pat and Cole are great. I'll say this. I've been around Cole since he first came into WWE. I remember the first broadcast I saw him on. I just really was never sold on Cole until his later years. Actually, the last couple of years. I'm starting to give him some credit on that. Hopefully Seth does win, and Graves is on NXT. I liked Graves. I thought Graves did pretty decent on commentary as well. Is he still married to Carmella, or with Carmella, or whatever it is?
I think so.
Lucky. Hit that like button right here before I say something I'm not supposed to. Oh, here's your favorite person.
On the screen right now?
Yeah. Brandon and Nick, what's y'all's take on Goldberg? I'll give my take because I saw Goldberg's first match live, but I'll give Nick Hunter, who was born 10 years after he started. What is it?
I wasn't born 10 years after he started, but I you're right. I wasn't around. I was not around yet. I was born 6 years later. I kind of missed his whole WCW run. But here's a big thing for me about Goldberg. I had a I actually had I was whenever I was like 10 years old, I found a VHS tape in my house. It was WCW/NWO Goldberg was what it was entitled, and I popped it in the machine. And I was very impressed by what I saw. At 10 years old, I was just, you know, in like I thought it was great stuff. And looking at it now, all these years later, he you can say what you want about him in ring, you can say all that kind of stuff. He had those people. If you go and you watch, say, him and Hogan from Nitro when he won the world title, if you go and you watch, like his big run coming up and in the streak and stuff like that, those people came up for Goldberg. You know what I mean? He had the crowd in the palm of his hands a lot of the time. And I mean, that's something, that's an underrated part about Goldberg is he had it for a little, for a long time there. You know what I mean? Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Look at that. This JD Madonna. How you say it again?
McDonough.
McDonough is. I like him, but I'll give you a take on it. I remember seeing Goldberg's first match when he took on Hugh Morris. I was a part of the streak. I remember watching live on TV, of course.
Yeah, what you said I was a part of the streak. I thought you meant he beat you in those 173 matches.
He probably, I mean, he could have, but but I watched Hogan and Goldberg. July 98.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. There.
It was one. It was one of my biggest nights, and I'm gonna just say this: I was a Goldberg fan, but I was a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. So if I had to choose, I would have picked Stone Cold over Goldberg at the time because I was just big on Stone Cold. But yeah, I rooted for Goldberg, but I was also a Hogan fan at the time because he was NWO. He was heel. I loved that. But I was cheering him on against Hogan because I wanted him to beat Hogan because I wanted the streak to continue, but I thought they fumbled the streak so bad. Like, letting Kevin Nash beat him, doing the stun gun with Scott Hall. I thought that was just – they could have went a little bit longer. The fans were not getting stale with Goldberg at the time of Starrcade 98. It was just getting started. You could have pushed that further on. I think, Kevin Nash, and this is just my opinion with Kevin Nash, I think, Kevin Nash had too much pull. He's more of a con man than actual knowledge. He just learned things. I don't even know what I meant by that saying, but I'm just going to say that, like, I think Kevin Nash had a lot to do with the downfall because he was more out for himself than he was for the actual company. And as you could tell in that situation, because Ray Charles was blind and dead. And he could have told you that Goldberg could have won another 6-8 months in that time period. He could have went 6 or 8 months, but it was taking the spotlight off Kevin Nash, and he just couldn't handle that. He wasn't big enough to get past that and let somebody else be a star.
Here's an idea for here's a question. I'm gonna throw in a little tidbit here, but then after that I'm gonna ask you a question. I've seen the Goldberg's first match, and you know how Mike Tenay back in the day, they used to go to him. They used to go to him for all the insider information and all that kind of stuff. They're like, "What do you have on during his first match?" I love it where they go, "What do you have on Bill Goldberg?" And he goes, I don't have anything on Bill Goldberg. And Bobby Heenan goes, "You don't know? Fire him." But my question to you is, do you think Goldberg could have gone to the 1,000-day mark with the belt? Do you think he could have done that?
Yes, because I'll tell you why. Fans didn't show up to see a 20-minute match from him. They didn't show up to see a classic. They showed up to see him destroy people. They were behind him. And at the time that he lost it, man, what a match this has been with Penta. But the thing is, they were behind him. Okay. And the fans, Spanish fly there. That was the replay. But anyway, they would have stood behind him, I think, 6 to 8 months long. And definitely, we got 10 comments. I've not been looking. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go back up. That was epic in Atlanta. Yes, it was. We're not even going to show one of them. That was epic. JD Madonna is a real grit, especially now he got hurt and came back. Sam Whittington, welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. Down to listen to a brilliant podcast covering WCW. Never know, brother. Never know. We may do that here shortly. As a matter of fact, I got some ideas going around. I do want to do some watch-alongs from some like old WCW stuff. Maybe talk about WCW. Yeah, Kevin Nash is full, Carney. I agree. I just didn't want to go too far out on there. Mike Tenay and Don West were such an underrated commentator to do it. I agree, they were. Mike Tenay himself was underrated. People didn't give Mike Tenay enough credit. Mike Tenay, if you look at it, Jim Ross, WWF, WWE, and Mike Tenay, they were kind of the same filter. Oh, Carlito just took care of that. JD goes in, out. Ooh. All right, Chris. AOL Time Warner was the biggest nail in the coffin for WCW, but Creative Control, I want to dive deeper into the WCW thing. So here's what I'll say. I honestly don't think like Creative Control and stuff had as much to do with it or letting the inmates run the asylum as the AOL Time Warner merger. I think that was where it took Ted Turner out of power. And Ted Turner would have went on with WCW, whether they were losing money, whatever, it didn't matter. But, yes, Tenay was amazing. But the thing is like the merger was with AOL, they didn't like wrestling, period. They couldn't wait to get wrestling off TV. So when that contract was coming up, they were getting them out. Remember to like this video? Let's do it. So just going to go ahead and make this announcement. If you want to tune in Wednesday night, right here on 7 p.m. live, just got confirmation. And I'll go ahead and break the news right here. We're going to have John Saxton right here on our live Wednesday night, 7 p.m. So come check out John Saxton. One of the legends there, Kenny Kraft here, 0. Nothing. What are you trying to say? I mean, AOL was ruthless aggression before ruthless aggression. You're right. AOL is the killer of WCW, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that you can say. You can say Russo. You can say Bischoff. You can say all those kind of things. But let me just say this. Oh, JD Madonna just did I love how he just stretched out on that's it. Penta wins.
Mm-hmm.
What a match. But with AOL, they despised wrestling. They hated wrestling. So that's why, in my opinion, WCW went down. There's a lot of factors to it, but my thing is those factors, the big small factors with, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, and them, Ted Turner would have kept it on air no matter what for as long as he could. And it would have had no fix, but it was just the merger with AOL and Time Warner.
Yeah, I feel like that was the biggest reason, along with a lot of like a potion of other what's it called, of other small, like of other factors that all combine to make a deadly cocktail, if you will.
Yes. Who? Is that Austin Theory?
Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. There we are.
I
think it's
Adam Pearce.
Look
at Austin Theory. Look at Austin Theory.
Has Waller been? I mean, Waller looks like he's been getting in the gym too. I mean, he looks ripped today.
Let me just say this, Sam, and I hate to break your heart, but not many companies at all like wrestling, like TV companies or nothing. It don't matter if it's making them money or not. The amount of money Vince made buying WCW. Well, exactly, because he bought WCW for pennies on the dollar. Like, I mean, literally stole WCW, no doubt. Like, I mean, he bought a library, he bought the rings and all this other stuff. They created a network with it. It's awesome. Let's see. Theory and Waller. Brandon, I gave you crap, but you are brilliant. One for a reason. Have a good night. I guess it's bedtime in the trailer parks. All right. Theory needs to join. Nah, come on now. Theory's a good talent at his part, but he is not on that level. Sorry. For $3 million, I think it was. He doubted that by the end of the year. Yeah, the whole invasion angle. That's what we need to go back and check out. It's the invasion angle. We need to go back and check out the invasion angle for sure. Ricky Saints should be the third. Ricky Saints could be the third. Ricky Starks, one of those great talents, and I think he could be, damn, my mouse went out.
Oh, well. Well, Brandon's gone now. It's a shame. I was trying to listen to what he was saying. There he is.
Okay. Something went out. I don't know. But anyway. All right. Invasion storyline was trash. Top 5 PPVs of all time. Invasion is in my... All right. Would you put Invasion in your top PPVs of all time? I wouldn't. Invasion story was trash. Had the potential in blue. It did. Agreed. Very well so. I mean, they didn't have no stars. Vince McMahon is someone who hates pro wrestling. He loves the WWE, but hates pro wrestling. No, he loved his company that made him rich, made him a billionaire. So I would too.
Yeah, he just had a very particular view of professional wrestling, It was just different from what a lot of the guys in the territory days and like the guys that come before him had,
Sam, you didn't like the direction it was headed because you didn't know what direction it was headed in. You can't spell direction, son. Let me tell you something. The invasion angle, I was looking forward to it. We get WCW. We get, versus WWF, ECW Alliance, all this crap. We're looking at it. We're thinking Goldberg. We're thinking Hogan. We're thinking us. And then we get Hurricane. Which, nothing against Hurricane because Hurricane's a great talent, but he turned out that was his spot. But we got, I don't want to mention any names. We got terrible stuff like that. All right. Invasion was as bad as December to December. I know it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
So this here says that Vince purchased WCW for approximately $7 million. The video library he bought for $1.7 million. The trademarks and the names and properties was about $2.5 million.
Anthony Smith is on Raw tonight. They love bringing these stars. And remember, if you have not liked this video, like it, share it, comment. We're here. Hold on. Pro wrestling is fun when there's competition. When WCW got bought out and shut down, WWF/WWE turned into complete garbage and has been for over 20 years now. What's your excuse?
Seamus.
December to Dismember might be the worst pay-per-view of all time. Top 5 worst easy. Have you seen WWA All-Stars? World Wrestling All-Stars pay-per-views? Here comes Sheamus. You know, I was in the locker room with Sheamus just a couple weeks ago. Did you see the picture on Facebook? If you go look, he was at one of the local shows, Crusade Pro Wrestling. He didn't go by Sheamus down there. He went by Steve O'Malley down there. But I don't think that WWE would have let him go with.
I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying he was refereeing or something. I thought that's what you were going to say. He was.
No. It looks like he laid off the cheeseburgers though.
Well, that referee sure ain't. I'll tell you that.
Poor Theory. Yeah, World Wrestling All-Stars, man. I watched their first pay-per-view when I was 18 years old. I watched that. Now, let me tell you something, dude. It had Jerry Lawler on the commentary team and Jeremy Borash. Every match was a gimmick match. It was a ladder match, dog collar match, all kinds of stuff. And at the time, I was just like, man, yeah. But it was worse than WCW 2000. It was worse than Vince Russo. They said they had asked Vince Russo to book for that show. He couldn't do it. So Jeremy Borash did. After watching the show, I was like, Vince Russo had some hand in this. And nothing against Vince Russo because I like Vince. I just like hearing Vince talk.
Yeah, bro. You know, when
my wife, she had post-traumatic syndrome on this. When she would hear bro, she would get so mad. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Bro.
Yeah, you know, bro, like whenever I put the title on myself, bro, you know, it was
I wish Steve O'Malley was watching this right now. You reading that comment?
Yeah.
Do you know who Alex Baker is?
Me, yeah, I know. I'm familiar.
And guess what? Nobody cares. I gave it a try too, Chambers. I gave it a try too. Vince was the kind of guy that needed someone to tell him no. Yes, he did. Exactly. He did need somebody to tell him no. That's for sure.
So hey, let me
go ahead.
Let me ask you something real quick, because the Vince comment for some reason reminded me of this. You know, because we're talking about Vince Russo, we're talking about all different kind of stuff. Here was my here's my question to you.
Yes, that's what I meant, Chris Russo. I knew what you meant.
Have you ever seen? And you probably have you ever seen the Dark Side of the Ring episode on the Montreal Screwjob?
Yes, I have.
And who do you think came up with the idea? Because Russo says he pitched it, Cornette says he pitched it. They both claim that they came up with the idea. Who do you believe in that situation?
I believe Jerry Briscoe came up with it because he was Vince's closest confidant, and I think Briscoe came up with it. I think even Shawn Michaels has admitted that Briscoe come up with it, and I think that's my belief on it. That Jerry Briscoe, because Jerry Briscoe's. Nobody's going to screw with Big Jerry Briscoe. Like, he knows how to protect himself. And he even told Shawn Michaels how to protect himself in the situation. So, hold on. Vince Russo sucks. I hope Jim Cornette outlives him and is able to piss on his grave. Okay. It was actually Briscoe. That's what I said, Chambers. And here's Chris, Vince, and Briscoe. And that's why I look at it. Because if you look at who's the closest one in the, McMahon family there?
Yep.
It's Jerry Briscoe, Pat Patterson at that time. So I'm sure that they had it. McMahon, Briscoe, and Pat. That's the way I look at it. Like, that's the circle. And Shawn Michaels has even went on record saying that Jerry Briscoe came to the hotel room that night and told him that where the commercials are. And we've been watching Raw. I just hadn't been paying much attention to it. But do I think Russo tries to take credit for a lot of things that he didn't do? Yes. But at the same time, it makes for a great story. I think Vince Russo is entertaining. I think Jim Cornette, one of the greatest of all time. I think there's deals, whatever. Of course you do. You're a minion. Of course, you believe that he was sent to WCW to destroy them from the inside. They were already being destroyed at that time. Because AOL was already in talks of buying them by that time. Briscoe could shoot fight for real. Unlike you, Chambers, yes, he could. Wait a minute. The Bama. I'm here, boys. Who's the Bama? This is on YouTube. So let's see who the Bama boy is. Who are you? Because I'm glad you're here. Knob Gobbler Pat. Didn't have the balls to come up with that. That was a good one. I like that, Chris. Thrash. Russo claim to fame was chop off pee-pee. Yeah. Russo did some good things. You can't deny he did some good things. He actually was part of what kind of brought the Attitude Era on. He wrote the Raw magazine. Vince wanted the Raw magazine to be just like, what was going on TV. And what was going on TV was Doink the Clown. If able, one day before a show, I'd like to have a sit-down conversation about wrestling with you for a few minutes. All right, Sam, get you $1,000 ready and just make sure you give it to me before you start talking. Yeah, they got Russo as a last cry for help. Yep, they did. That was it. It was a last cry for help. Neither one of you can fight for real. Neither can you. Why don't you show up? And I'll tell you what, you just showing up, we'll see who can fight for real. Chambers, true. We give him flack, but he was important. Yes, he was important. He was very important. He, we can't say he made The Rock. We can't say he made Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he has a part in history. I think this is the only word Luke Bates knows is Blue Bolt. Choppy Choppy was perhaps the most memorable moment in Raw history. It was. I remember it very well. Like, that's how Raw went off the air. Choppy Choppy off pee-pee. That was great. Luke Bates come up with a different word than Blue Bolt. So, Theory and Sheamus. Sheamus has been around for a minute now. He won his first championship in WWE back in 2009 when he beat John Cena. I think it was at TLC, if I'm not mistaken. It was for either the World Championship or the WWE Championship. I remember seeing Sheamus down in Florida Championship Wrestling on some of the stuff. Woo! Theory's got some talent. I just don't know if he's got it.
What's his name? What was I going to tell you?
Thank you for tuning in, Luke.
It was a tables match. It was a tables match that Sheamus beat.
Look at this
Cena.
Bald Dort. Look at. I'm not even gonna get into it, Steve Urkel. I'm not even gonna get into it. Anyway, continue on.
I was just gonna say it was a tables match.
Yeah, it was a tables match. Yeah, he put him through the table. It was TLC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was at TLC. Yeah. I thought you were saying TLC match. I was like, yeah, okay, I got you.
The TLC pay-per-view is like the first one.
Yeah. I got you. So you want to hear something? This is kind of based off of what Chris Thrash just said. Chris Thrash, he said that Theory is talented in the ring. Dude looks like $1 million, but he misses something. You know what I saw somebody say about Austin Theory on Twitter today? I saw somebody say that Theory is a more advanced version of what Logan Paul is. I'm just going to leave that here. What are your thoughts on that, Brandon?
Repeat that. I was too busy reading.
No, you're good.
No, repeat
So, Chris Thrash said Theory is talented. Dude looks like $1 million, but he misses something. I saw somebody on Twitter earlier today say that Theory is a more advanced version of what Logan Paul is.
No. Logan Paul is a national treasure to professional wrestling right now. Luke Bates is going off here, but Austin Theory is not there. Austin Theory's got talent, and he is missing something. We just don't know what it is. He's been there for 5 years, and we still don't know what it is.
What is it with us, man? What is it with
Look,
us that
Nick, you're right, but people want to see Logan lose. They just don't care for Theory.
and he makes a great point. He makes a good point. What was it? So here's what I'm gonna say. What is it about us that makes people fight in our comment section?
I don't know, but Sheamus just won, and you want to get chopped by Gunther? All right. I wish I could work this out because I'd like to see your soul leave your body for a second, Chris Chambers. Let's see what you have something to say about me and my kids. Come say it to them. My asshole. Oh, wow. Oh, he says it's between Theory's ears, which I guess he's talking about his brain.
I reckon.
To your what? That's what I said. All right, Baker, get over there and say something to his asshole. Hold on.
Alrighty.
Shut up. You won't do a damn thing, punk. Apparently, he'll do something to his asshole. I don't know what it is.
So, hey, you're talking about Logan Paul being a national treasure. I got a question for you. Have you ever seen the video where he goes into the Japanese suicide forest?
No, I haven't. I saw the one where they were looking for a dead body. I found one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He goes into the Japanese suicide forest, and then he puts it on YouTube. Yeah. He puts it on YouTube, and the thing is that's going to haunt him forever now. That's going to be a thing forever. Yeah, did you see Impulsive when Dominic was making fun of him for that?
I don't know Stephen Dixon. I don't know what it. Yes, I did see that. I don't know what this podcast is, but we're about to say. I think we need to get Luke Bates and Alex, whatever his name is, over here on here and let them fight it out because it looks like they were. You better what out the last time someone said about me and my kids. You'll see, I have something in my truck to take. Oh my God! This is better than the voice. This is better than Raw. This is better than Raw right now.
Good Lord!
Logan Paul invented the yeet. I agree, he did. Right behind Ray Fury. AJ and Finn reunite against Judgment Day. God, I love Dominic too. I don't know what to. Luke versus Alex. I can't believe this. Like, this is a soap opera. We got to hear from Alex now. Let's see what he says. Luke Bates, you were disrespectful to my face at an AWA event. Where's an AWA event? I never heard of that. And I punked you out.
Oh,
and you didn't do nothing. Stop talking tough online.
I swear, Jerry Springer. Well, we're just Jerry Springer. I swear.
I mean, it pops up. I mean, Luke, did you punk out to him at the show or something?
Come on, you gotta. You can't let him just say that. Come on now.
Oh. Well, we're gonna get that comment off the screen real quick. I didn't like to see that one. This is getting too real. You boys calm down.
Oh y'all calm down for yeah. All righty.
You want to call names back and forth. Let's not get into that. I don't need any kind of restrictions put on this because two trailer park trash want to get at it. All right, we'll show this one. I beat the brakes off of Luke. I don't know if Luke's listening. Whoever's listening, we need 2 more likes. Get 2 more likes in here right now.
2 more likes.
Get me past 13 at least get to 14.
We're just sitting here, we're drinking, we're chilling out, we're watching Raw, and for some reason, man, for some reason, other people can't seem to follow our lead. Just drink and relax, watch Raw with us. Man, they always got to fight. Speaking, like that. Let's get that off screen.
I mean, what? Kofi, aren't you supposed to be in Jamaica? Or aren't you supposed to be Jamaican? Yeah, I remember that segment too. Hold on. My trailer is bigger than your trailer.
I got double wide. Yeah, you only got single wide.
No. Thrash got a double wide. I think it's Luke Bates has got the single wide.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, that's what they're saying to each other. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. I wasn't talking to Chris.
Hold on. No, this Alex asshole is threatening me and my kids. Is he?
Triple wide.
Triple wide, bitch. All right. So I'm gonna just say this, and I want the two that I'm talking about here to listen. Y'all need to calm down because I've learned something over the years. Y'all can talk trash. It's called Keyboard Warriors. We had, one that just got released from MCW. He's a keyboard warrior. He don't have the balls to even come on the show. Because I've extended it out to Walter to come on the show and defend himself, but he won't come on. So y'all need to calm down and stop going back and forth with each other. Enjoy Raw. Ask us a question. Calm down, my guy. That's right, Julius. Calm down.
Yeah,
Let's
Julius.
enjoy the show. Ask questions. Ask something about WCW. Ask something about an independent company. Ask something about WWE. I don't care. But let's just calm down.
Ask us. Ask us about Wrestling Society X if you care to. But come on, let's just chill out. We like talking wrestling. We like talking wrestling with all of y'all, everybody out there. Even both of y'all. Even Luke Bates, Alex Baker. We like talking wrestling with both of y'all. If y'all are gonna ask us some questions and stuff like that. But come on, let's all chill out. Let's all have a good time. You know what I mean? We like talking about wrestling. Let's talk about wrestling.
Grab a drink, chill out, and enjoy the show and ask questions and have fun with that. We don't have to be violent. All right, maybe he will come on if you wear white socks. Yeah, I ain't got white socks on.
What does that mean?
Have you tried Real American beer? No, I have not. Chris, where can I get some Real American beer? Because I have not tried it. I feel like I was telling somebody earlier I only drink IPAs, but I will try it. Julius, how about them MCW World Tag Team Champions? Nobody cares about Muddy Waters. But no, we're happy for you, brother. We're happy for you.
Congratulations.
Wrestling Society X was ahead of its time. It really was. It really was. It was something good, but it was in that era of like Jackass and all that back in the MTV era.
Yep.
And I think it would have probably worked. I think it worked in that time, but I think it would have been great. Well, Stephen Dixon, MT2. I've been trying. I would love to have MT2 on. I want to hear his side of the story. Have him come on. If you're listening to this MT2, you're more than welcome to come on the podcast. Have a few beers or Vegas bombs, and we'll talk.
Let's get him on here. Let's get him on here.
Yeah, let's come on with me and Nick Hunter. Julius, there you go, baby. Muddy Waters, kissing ass everywhere they go.
Let's see. Yeah, Lucha Underground was underrated.
Backlash is this Saturday. It is, but I'm going to be at the Mississippi Rumble, so I can't do a live, or otherwise I would do a live on it. Remember to hit that like button. Lucha Underground was underrated. Yes, it was.
Yep.
Lucha Underground was great. Becky Lynch is out here. I don't care. I'm the victim. That sounds like Walter, too. We already heard it. You can't kiss ass and hear it. Also, but some money for Lucha Underground, it would have been bigger than AEW. Yes, it would have. I mean, if they would have been able to have the money, they could have made Lucha Underground phenomenal. They could have made it the one. It could have been the second coming. Don't forget the Doritos. That's true. I think Jay is going to win tonight. What do y'all think? Well, I hope Seth Rollins wins. I don't want Jay to win.
If Jay wins tonight, if he retains, I think it'll have to be because of either Punk or Roman, one of the two, if not both of them.
He's in Alabama. So, good old Becky does the curtain match.
Come on now.
I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of Becky. Becky's heel turn, Becky's face turn, everything's blah. Becky's blah. Becky ain't been relevant since 2014. I just under a bridge. AA needs to go in the Lucha Underground direction. AAA. I said AA. I thought I was talking about Alex Baker for a second, but AAA does. Like we hadn't even talked about AAA that much. Walter has smoked so much meth that most of his teeth have fallen out of his head. He's not even 25 years old. I know he looks 60 though. I figure Punk will come out.
Probably. I mean, yeah, it's either gonna be Punk or Roman. I can't tell you which straight up. Yeah, I can't tell you which straight up, but it's gonna be one of the two. Is that a guarantee that Jay is gonna win? No, not necessarily. But they'll be there. They'll be there for sure.
Well, now nobody can be turns with Big Show. Big Show turned every week. I mean. I don't know.
You went on holidays.
Yeah, they're enjoying their post-Mania break. They really are.
Yeah, that's the thing. What's up?
Hold on. By the way, Chris, how's my girl enjoying that? How did she enjoy that strawberry cake?
What?
It's something he knows that nobody else is.
Inside joke. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. What you got, Nick Hunter?
I was just gonna say, I think it was something in one of the comments here. I saw that Roman apparently is not like he doesn't have any dates until like June or something like that. So it'll probably just be Punk. But
I think that Roman and Cody, they do deserve the break. Chambers, I agree. Let's pull that comment up. They do deserve it. Look at it. She ate the whole thing. I bet she did. Man, that's great. Roman and Cody deserve the break. They do. Cody's been busting it for the last year. So is Roman. Plus, Cody's got to take off because he's returning to AEW, like I said. You know. He's got to get back down with Tony Khan. But, yeah. So, there you go. Are you interested in this Becky Lynch? I'm not. Chris, Thrash, and Chambers, either one. What are your thoughts on Becky? I'm not the biggest fan of her. I know Molly is, Chris, T. But I'm just not big on Becky.
Here's my question to you, Brandon.
That is true, Chris. I do like your brother-in-law. Anyway, continue on.
Here's my question to you, man. Becky just claimed to be the greatest to ever do it. Do you think that she is who do you think, I mean, if not Becky Lynch, I know you say you don't really care about Becky Lynch, but who do you think is the greatest women's wrestler of all time?
I'm going to say this. I'm not a fan of hers either. I would put Charlotte Flair as one of the top. I'm not going to say Becky Lynch ain't at the top, but I'm over it. Oh, what a kick by Lyra Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah, they're getting it.
But what I'm saying is, this is probably the greatest generation of women's wrestling we've ever seen. Becky Lynch, Bayley, Ronda Rousey in there, Charlotte Flair. You know, the NXT, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
All those were the top women in wrestling. Then we got to look back and you got to say Trish Stratus. You got to look at that. But my thing is, you can't not put Becky Lynch in her. As much as I don't like her, you cannot put her there. Luna Vachon was great, but Luna Vachon was during an era that didn't really show much with wrestling.
Well, let me think about. Let me ask you this: where do you have the Fabulous Moolah?
Fabulous Moolah was up there, but I mean, Fabulous Moolah was around when it was just her and maybe one other wrestler. You know, it really wasn't. You know, women they didn't have the spotlight on the women's wrestling.
Yeah, it's another. What do you call it? That's another. Like from what I've heard, on Dark Side of the Ring, I've always heard that. That she kind of held everybody's head under the water and swam to the top in the women's division.
Well, that's the way you
You know what I mean?
survived back in that time. I mean, I know you frown upon it now, but you got to look back at that era. She had to survive. It was a man-dominated sport back then. Okay, and she had to do what she had to do. Moolah was a pimp, and pimping ain't easy, baby. Pimping ain't easy.
Yeah, there's some good names in here. Yeah.
Bull Nakano, her and Alundra Blaze having the matches that she had back in like 94, 95 WWE on Raw, SummerSlam, and stuff like that was just absolutely great. I enjoyed those matches. Just remember, if you have not liked or commented, make sure Victoria, another great talent. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna throw out a name from like a Joshi name here. What about? I mean, I don't know how much you know about Japanese women's wrestling. But Manami Toyota.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but she didn't do much in the U.S. You know, back.
Yeah.
All right, here comes Roxanne Perez. Io Sky is about to come up. We're going to talk about this. We're talking about women's wrestling. Here it comes. But, have you seen the 1995 Survivor Series?
Potentially. What's
There's
like?
I think there's a 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 women's elimination match with Alundra Blaze. I think Bull Nakano was on the other side. Or no, Bertha Faye was on the other side. Go check that match out. They had a lot of Japanese wrestlers. As a matter of fact, one of the Japanese wrestlers that was on that 1995 Survivor Series was also on AEW Dynamite in 2019 or 20. I can't remember which one it was. And she didn't change a bit. Remember, if you have not liked, follow us here on Facebook, YouTube. We're on everywhere. So just check us out. And remember to hit that like button. Come on, let's get it up. We're at 17. We've been on the air for an hour and a half. Pop it up. We're on Raw. We're watching Raw. We're talking all kinds of stuff, and you can ask questions. We got 7 comments I hadn't looked at. Stephen Dixon, one of my favorite people, didn't put nothing in there. I think it was Survivor Series 95. It was Survivor Series 95. China.
So let's see. So you're talking about Bertha Faye, Aja Kong.
Aja Kong is the one that was in AEW.
Gotcha. You're gonna have to forgive me if I mispronounce a couple of these names. Tomoko Watanabe. I have to say that one slow.
Spell it or say it, can you?
Lioness Asuka, obviously different from Asuka today. With Harvey Whippleman, your dad.
My dad. What do you mean, my dad? You've been listening to that Ultimate Gallows too much. That's what you've been.
Yeah. Downtown Bruno, if you'd prefer me to call him that way. But in one of them like AI art things that you put on social media one time, you looked just like Downtown Bruno. Him from the Downtown Bruno days, you looked just like him, and it was hilarious to me. Let's see. Hold
on. Look at this. Look at this comment that Chris left. Chris Thrash. I'm gonna say this. That match was great. Tiffy and Flair this year, those girls threw down, but that was a legit shoot fight. They wasn't joking. They don't like each other, and I thought that match was great.
Yeah, hey, and let's see. we got some comments in here that we are going to get to. Some of them are questions that we are going to get to in just 1 second.
All right,
There's Chris Chambers. Who were y'all between WWF, ECW, and WCW? He was
where's that
ECW. That's right above the whatever this is that he said right here with the K. So right there, no, above that comment actually. Yeah, right there. Who were y'all between WWF, WCW, and ECW? I was not around while
I was,
WCW or ECW
and
was around.
I was around, and I was not ECW. I mean, I did watch ECW. Don't get me wrong, but I was WWF all the way. I was just I was a WWF guy from forever ago. Now, did I watch ECW? Yes, I did not. I remember watching ECW back in 1993 when Public Enemy was in a alley filming a promo, and I was just like, man, this is different, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Shane Douglas, Sabu, Terry Funk, all of them. But I just could. I was always a fan of WWF. Shawn Michaels, one of my favorites. Rick Rude and stuff like that. So I have to go with that on that.
Now, my family, they've been wrestling
I
fans
could
for.
manage RVD, Chris Thrash. You're right.
My family have been wrestling fans for a very long time, and they were WCW back in the day. Like they were through and through WCW. They had watched
A lot
all
of
the
people
territories. Yeah, they watched all the territories, and they kind of transferred to WCW. They used to watch Mid South. They used to stay up late on. I think it was they stay up. My mom would stay up late on Saturday nights just to see the Von Erichs from Texas. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
World class, all that, great stuff.
really, it was Trailer Park Trash. So Chris had another one. Chris Chambers had one. ECW Women's Wrestling. I don't know if they I technically could not say that ECW had women's wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it honestly, you just saw like Francine take on. Now, if you want to say like who was the hottest woman in ECW, I mean that's fine. But a wrestler, I don't really know that ECW had really women's wrestling back then. Between WWF, WCW, WWF. I mean, there was no doubt. That's what I did. Sting, WCW. Sting, WCW was probably the greatest creation in the history of WCW. Like you had the Beach Sting, you had like Venice Beach, California Stinger, and then you had the Crow Sting. And I mean, it was Lex Luger. I'm gonna just say this: I wasn't the biggest fan of Lex Luger. When he was the Narcissist, I was a big fan of his, but as far as like overall, I wasn't. I like New Jack. So did Prison. They love New Jack too. Sting was my favorite WCW wrestler. He was a lot of people's favorite WCW wrestler. I loved ECW because it introduced Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Saturn, Chris Benoit, and Chris Jericho. Let me tell you something. You need to stop watching those WWE documentaries saying they introduced them. They may have introduced them to you, but I remember Chris Benoit when he was Wild Pegasus, Eddie Guerrero, and all of them over in New Japan Pro Wrestling when I was doing tape trading back in 1994. You need to stay off that WWE documentary stuff. Kevin and Kerry Von. I know you're trying to say Von Erichs. Now this looks like Luke Bates trying to spell something. Yeah, I mean the Von Erichs were great. It was an era of world class, loved world class. I think that we saw the Iron Claw, and if you believe that, you didn't believe the accuracy of it. It was terrible. They didn't even have Chris Von Erich in there. Joey Styles was the voice. Cat fight! That's true. I'll agree with this. I love Joey Styles, though. I thought Joey Styles was great. Women's Glow Wrestling. Who remembers that? That was back in the 80s. I mean, we remember it. It was great. Women's Glow Wrestling was great. Dudley's was great. Dreamer and Raven. Those were what kept ECW afloat. The problem was when those left, ECW was kind of dead at that point. WCW created NWO and Crow Sting within a year. You couldn't beat WWE any longer. Exactly. It was short-term success for WCW. No doubt.
And they kind of.
Who's Randy Salvage?
If I can interject for just a second, the NWO was a I mean it was a big thing for them, but I feel like at a certain point when things run their course, you know, I'm pretty sure somebody said this in the comments earlier on one of your posts that you made earlier today. You know, once you beat a dead horse with, you know, you got the Wolf Pack and NWO 2000 and, you know, the silver and black, the red and black, NWO Hollywood black and white, you know, all this different kind of stuff. You know, once you start making all this different stuff like that, you know, you're kind of just like, you know, you're just kind of beating the dead horse there. You know what I mean? And that's part of their problem. They didn't want to let the whole NWO thing just go.
Right. They were trying to cling on the success of the early NWO. And by the time that it got there, it was so watered down, and they just kind of killed it at the end. It was terrible.
The original NWO was cool, and there was a lot of cool things about it, but, I mean, it did a lot of harm as much as it did good, you know?
The ECW event I went to, I was fortunate enough to see Rick Rude. Rick Rude, one of my favorites of all time. That is one of the guys that I loved growing up. He came out, cut a promo. He was one of my favorites. In my opinion, the greatest heel of all time. I'll agree with you on that one. The pro wrestling death that upset me the most. Yes, I was upset over Rick Rude. I was a big, huge fan of Rick Rude. So, yes, I agree with you on that one, Alex Berger. Let's see. These two are better wrestlers than any women in the Attitude Era, for sure. Divas. Which two? I must have missed that comment.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a couple people.
They did invite too many people to join.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then what was it? What's his name? Big Show.
Yeah.
You know, back when he was the Giant, you know, he was saying, or he said on, I think one of the documentaries, or maybe it was a podcast. I don't remember where he said it, but I remember seeing Big Show say that they only added him to the NWO because they didn't want to give him his win back. You know?
Yeah, they really did. And NWO pay-per-views were cool. It was during an era where it, you know, what had not been done. It was great, and we enjoyed it. I went to an ECW show, and Sandman showed himself. Okay.
Like exposed himself?
I'm guessing Chris Chambers had, I'm guessing he's talking about like the Catholic Church or something. He showed himself to him. WCW versus NWO on 64. God, man, we need to talk about video games one night. We really do. Because WCW / NWO versus the World or whatever, that was one of the best video games until WCW Revenge comes out. People want to talk about WWE No Mercy or WWF No Mercy, the greatest wrestling game of all time. I shit you not, WCW Revenge was one of my, I put it as the #1 game of all time. Screw anybody that says it wasn't. These two being, yes, Io and Roxanne are killing it. They really are good. They are very talented. They are two of the best right now. Roxanne Perez, I remember She was actually on the King of Wrestling podcast a few years ago before she signed with WWE. And she was like, I think 18 at the time.
How many people on the WWE roster have been on the King of Wrestling podcast?
Carmelo Hayes, Anthony Green at one time was on there. Tito Santana's been on. I mean, I don't know. Let's see what. No Mercy on 64 GOAT Wrestling. No, sir. I will disagree with you on that. I love No Mercy. No Mercy was great. I enjoyed it. But WCW, NWO Revenge, the greatest of all time, it came out first. Look at Io Sky getting. We hadn't even talked about Raw, and this is a Raw watch along.
Yeah, it is. That's the craziest part.
Oh, Roxanne rolls her. Oh, what a double. Oh, the stomp.
Oh.
1, 2, no. She kicks out. What a match. We hadn't even talked about Raw because Raw has not really captured my attention as it has not in the last 15 years.
Wait, let's see. Hold on.
Oh, I got my Home Alone pajama bottom showing. I'm supposed to be looking brilliant, right?
Man. Let's see.
Oh, whoa. That was pretty tight. That was pretty tight on EO's part. I'll give her that. Oh! What a drop by Roxanne Perez. Oh! That was a pretty good shot. Pretty good shot. Give her that.
So,
like the video, share it, and comment on it. We got 4 more comments, so we're going to have to get these. We got Chris Thrash, my boy. You should have had your lawyer on the podcast. As a matter of fact, my lawyer needs to get on a podcast, but he's slacking and won't get on. I don't know why. I need to get him on. I'll give Revenge. You'll give Revenge a what? A 1B? A 1B? Man, you better get that straight when you're talking to me. Old bird legs over here. Are you talking about my legs? Do I need to come slap your brain back into your head? This match is fire, though. It really is. It is the only thing that's really kept me interested besides Paul Heyman.
Well, yeah, Penta and JD weren't that. Well, it was not bad. I mean, every time I looked over, it looked like they was really putting in that work.
They were killing it, but we just wasn't paying attention. Nick Hunter, have you ever been in the ring? I have never known of you being in the ring. When do you get back in the ring? Apparently,
I trained to wrestle at one point, and I did in fact wrestle. I did in fact wrestle one match. You were there, Brandon. You know this. This was around the time you were starting to scout for talent. You did approach me that night. I mean, you didn't approach me at trying to recruit me to like
what's
wrestle,
up, Tim?
but you did approach me that night. And that's the thing. I was in a battle royal. Oh, nice.
Io Sky just picked it up. Wow. What a match. But yes, I was there. And Timothy Davis, baby, what's up, man? You the man. Chris. Yeah, they are catching up on our golf. I'm going to buy me some golf clubs and go golfing. I think I can do it. I'll be brilliant at it, right?
So let me ask you this, Brandon. Were you watching that night and I was in that battle royal? Did you decide beforehand that whoever won that battle royal was going to be the first brilliant guy? Because you kind of picked the guy that won that battle royal to be your first client for Brilliant Inc.
I did, and it was a mistake. We all go through rehab.
Wait. One second. Are you saying that if I had won, maybe I could have been the first guy in Brilliant Inc.?
You possibly could have. The thing is, honestly, I think if you'd have been in Brilliant Inc., you probably would have lasted longer. You got a little more brains in your head than the one that actually won the Rumble. I don't know. You want to save those lost souls, and sometimes it just don't happen because they don't know what they're good for. Who's that?
That's Julia. Julia and Roxanne jumping EO Sky right now.
All right. Look, Nick Hunter.
What's up?
Brie and Ink, though, needs Green not well, you know. No, that's true. That's true. Charlie Ace, he was a little bit. Who was talking about Charlie Ace? Nobody said that. Love the shirt, Nick. Hey, Kim. Thank you for joining in. Remember to hit that like button right here on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. I ain't got a like button. I need to get a like button on YouTube. It's that brilliant one show. Look, Nick, I'm going to let you have this for just a second. Talk to the fans. Tell them what's going on here. All right. You know, I got to go drain that anaconda real quick.
Yeah. Anaconda. Yeah, sure. Anyway, so right now we're looking at the tail of the tape for Rusev and Otis. Two big men. Two guys. Gonna be, you know, as Big E would say, you know, big, meaty men slapping meat. And that's exactly what we are going to see. We're going to see a Hoss fight. We're going to see these guys go at it. Yeah, Rusev Day. Let's see if I have the power to put that up on the screen. I do not have the power to put that up on the screen. But anyway. So right now, we're at commercial break, or if you pay for your Netflix, or if you pay extra for your Netflix, I should say, you probably don't. You probably don't have these ads and stuff like that. So if you're not seeing an ad right now, please drop a comment. Tell me, you know, what you're seeing. If you're not, because I know that they, you know what I mean. I know they don't give some people ads if you pay a certain amount of money. I can't afford all that. But yeah, I think Rusev is heel. He came back. He attacked Otis. People particularly happen to like Otis, and so they do not like Rusev anymore. Oh, you're still seeing an ad, huh? That's rough business. Let's see. Yeah, well, nothing really interesting happening. If you want to hear my opinion on anything, you know, go ahead. You know, drop a question. You know, whatever
you killed my ratings while I was gone, son. What are you talking about? Hit that like button. What are you talking over here? I want to hear my opinion. We got a minute and 30 seconds before Raw comes back. I'm confused. Is Rusev heel? What is he? He wishes Anaconda. You know it is. Rusev Day. I don't know what about. But are you confused? Is Rusev heel or is he face? What are you talking? No, he was not the first member of Breeding. Go ahead, Nick Hunter.
Go ahead with what?
Is Rusev heel? Real American beer. No.
Oh, I talked about that while you was away at the you know, you was in the bathroom. I was talking about that. What was it? I wondered if I could put comments up on the screen. I can't. So I was like, I'll just talk about it.
Oh, well, you could have. All you had to do is click on it.
Oh, I clicked on it. It didn't work.
Click on it again. I need to make you an admin or something. Then we'll work on that after we get off here. I'm going into this.
I got you. All righty.
So we only have 21 likes. I want to get to at least 25. So if you have not liked this video, go like it now. And let's see if we got any more comments. Luke Bates.
He's
Where
back.
did you go, Brandon? I went to a private time, and I've come back now. And I didn't even know they had skyscrapers in Omaha. I thought Omaha was full of trailer parks and meth houses.
Well, hey, that's the great thing though. Nebraska's so flat. You know, you can stand on you can get to the top of one of the skyscrapers.
He got fired from the Carolina Panthers, and he's the head coach in Nebraska. They're still not doing anything.
Nebraska's one of them places that's so flat that you can get up on top of one of them skyscrapers, you see the whole state from there.
Yep, you're right. You're right. And look, Matt Rule couldn't spell Nebraska, but he's the coach of Nebraska.
Hey, yeah, didn't you and me used to have a podcast about college football, Matt Rule,
We
you know,
did.
talking about Matt Rule sometimes.
Yeah, we did. We did. It was called The Truth is Offensive, which
Mhm.
anything's offensive now to snowflakes.
Don't be talking about Omaha steaks. Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry. I need a steak too. Look at this. Here's Rusev. He's from Bulgaria, but he don't even know how to spell it.
Rusev sent out a little warning on social media today, and he basically said, Otis, I don't want to hurt you. Interesting take from this man who told us that he went into one of this when he was fired from WWE 5 years ago. He found himself, he healed himself, redeemed himself, fixed himself, and now Pat, he says he's going to crush people because he wants to.
Hey, so Steven Dixon says, how long do you think Rusev is going to be employed this go around?
Players like he did to fix this.
Probably about 2 or 3 months. I loved living in Omaha. I'm sure you love living in anything, Kim. Where's Brandon Turner Preston wants a prime again? We'll take him to the convenience store and get him one. Why are you asking me? I'm not his mama. Omaha Steaks. Yeah, you can get a promo code. I need to get up with them. Speaking of that,
Exactly.
go LSU Tigers. Nobody cares about LSU Tigers. Steak enchiladas tonight. Is that what you're having, Chris Chambers? Who did you steal the steaks from? I'm trying to find Stephen Dixon's other post. Here it is.
Yeah, right.
He probably won't be employed very long, but that's just my opinion. But before we get any further in this, I know we're looking at Otis and Rusev taking on each other, but go check out strongcoffeecompany.com. Use the promo code ATI Wrestling. Receive 20% off. Help us and help out independent wrestling as well by using the promo code ATI Wrestling. Get that Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's great. Also, check us out on social medias. It's Brandon Turner on Facebook. Send me a follow, friend request, whatever. The Brilliant One on Instagram and TikTok, and Brilliant, the #1 show on YouTube.
What?
Go check that out.
What did you just say? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They got Cinnamon Toast Crunch on their strong coffee?
Yes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, strong coffee, and also Snickerdoodle. Now, I love the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so that's just my favorite. You need to go check it out.
Yeah, that's what I mean, you know, what was it? I'm gonna be watching Raw and checking it out with, you know, an eye on each of them.
Tozawa's still there. I love this. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to us if you're not on YouTube and others.
Excuse me. All right.
Let's see what we got up here. Kimberly loves steak. I love steaks. I bet you do. I bet it's called tube steaks. What you like? Go Otis. That's what Kim says. I have steaks. Just need to grill them. Well, Luke Bates loves grilled steaks. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is goat. Yes, and this strong coffee. Chris Chambers, you look like you could use some protein. So go check out strongcoffeecompany.com. Use the promo code ATI Wrestling. You're going to receive 20% off that Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Snickerdoodle, whichever one you choose.
Oh yeah, look at that. So 15 grams of protein, huh?
Yeah, and it's plant-based. They got a lot of plant-based stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Hunter. Nick Hunter, you may have to finish this podcast. when it comes to Raw because I didn't know it was going to take us long to do this many matches on Raw. When I was watching Raw, when I first started watching Raw, it was 1 hour long. When did it become 3 hours?
Well, now it's not necessarily 3 hours.
2.5.
Yeah. Now it's more like 2.5 and all that kind of stuff. But we shouldn't be on here that much longer. I mean, it'll probably be this, and then it'll be the main event. I can't imagine.
I just messing,
Oh, I gotcha. I
mean,
understand though. It is
I'm
long.
trying to get above 25 likes, and we've only got 22. I'm fixing to start crying, man. I'm really fixing to start crying. I thought we would be at 25 by now.
Hey, people will probably start liking the video if you start crying. They probably want to see that.
Luke Bates, he said he would try your steak.
2.5. What's he talking about?
He's talking about 2.5 on Raw now.
Oh,
well, I don't know. Maybe talking about Luke. 2.5 on Luke or something. I don't know.
Yeah, 15 grams of protein. They got all that good stuff in there. No refined sugars, no lactose, no jitters. Just a good bit of good energy without the jitters and high protein. I just wanted to put that out there. That you get free shit.
But anyway, continue on, Hunter.
I was gonna say you also get free shit. Not saying you're going to be spending $75 on the coffee, which if you want to, great, fantastic. But you do get free shipping if you buy $75 worth. I just want to throw that out there as well.
Tell Luke Bates where the coffee shop's at. It's called Online, son.
Yeah, if you go to www.strongcoffee.com, strongcoffeecompany.com, you'll definitely be helping us out if you use the code ATI Wrestling. You'll get 20% off your order. If you want to get some, like I said, this is to anybody out there. Hey, I just, I thought, hey, we're talking about everything else. Let's talk about our sponsor a little bit, because you did pique my interest with the by saying that they have cinnamon toast crunch flavor. They got all kinds of different flavors right now. I'm looking at it. They got vanilla latte, hazelnut mocha, dark mocha, snickerdoodle, peanut butter and cocoa, peppermint latte. Yeah, they got a nice bit of them on here.
Now they don't come in K-cups, but I promise you, once you try strong coffee, you ain't gonna go back to the K-cups. Have to do work things in the morning. Peace out, Stephen Dixon. Thank you for joining us. We know you got to get back to the pound, and Rusev has made Otis submit. Good way to do it.
I was about to say. Speaking of being out, that looks like where Otis is right now because he's passed out from the accolade, and it looks like Tozawa is trying to square up.
I think Tozawa and Rusev are about the same size. I mean, if he gets him some, what is those little steps to make him a little bit bigger? I mean, he could be on Rusev's size. I think Rusev is a lot smaller than he used to be.
Maybe when he gets up in the morning, maybe he needs to drink Strong Coffee Company, don't you think?
Yeah, strongcoffeecompany.com. Use the promo code ATI Wrestling, and you can look like Rusev after drinking some protein coffee, baby.
Let's see. What? Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, he ain't finished.
He's not all there right now. Poor Otis. He's going to have to be carried to his next buffet. Let's see here. Otis sucks is what Stephen Dixon says. Meme his face. Is that meme or meme?
Meme. Let's
Look at
see.
this. Poor Otis. He looks like Diego a little bit, doesn't he?
A little bit. But hey,
I will start calling Diego Otis. He looks just like him.
that referee right there. He what was it? You remember WrestleMania 22? Like WrestleMania 22, John Cena's gangster entrance. You know, Punk talks about, you know, he was one of the gangsters in that entrance and stuff like that. You remember?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? That referee right there, the guy, he's got like a tan, he's got kind of spiky hair.
Yeah.
That guy was also one of the gangsters.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's correct. Kim,
If it wasn't him, this guy looks just like him. Go ahead.
Kim, stay tuned. I don't know where I'll be running shows, but stay tuned. Are you liking any of the shows on the coast, Kim? You know, I hadn't seen any great ones since I've been running.
Maybe running a show is a great idea, don't you think? Maybe you running a show is a good idea. What do you think?
I tell you what, if we can get enough I'll probably run the best show on the planet because I have the best minds on the planet.
I got you. You are you gonna need a little bit of help with that? I mean, because hey,
All right. Well, Nick Hunter, I would need your help. I would probably need a help from like a wrestling enthusiast also. But I think that if you give us three the opportunity, we can put on the greatest show on earth for you.
We may have to test that theory one day.
You may have to. You never know. If you keep watching, you may learn a thing or two.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been any. No, don't blame it on your foot. You hadn't been to me since I left. Yeah, you just want to come when I'm there because that's when greatness is around. Don't be ashamed. Go ahead and tell them the truth.
But hey, we ain't missing. Apparently, we ain't missing Cody on WWE television. He isn't necessarily missing from WWE television because he's on every other commercial.
He really is. Him and Jay Uso. I'm getting tired of seeing Jay Uso. There's Cody right there. Minute Maid.
Yeah, Minute Maid.
Do you know who Anna Faris is?
What? I believe so. Yeah. Wasn't she on? She's on like the show Mom or something like that. My mom watches that show all the time.
I remember Scary Movie. I remember Hot
Chick,
stuff like that. Yeah.
I forgot she was in that. Yeah, I forgot she was in Scary Movie.
Yeah, she was the star of Scary Movie.
Speaking of movies, you remember how I believe we had this discussion off the air, but do you remember how I was telling you about Letterboxd, which is for those of you that are unfamiliar with Letterboxd, it is an app, like a social platform where you can go on there and you can put your opinions on movies and share your opinions with other people about that like movies and all that different kind of stuff. And you can make a list of movies and all that kind of stuff. It's a really cool app. You know, me and Brandon were talking about it one time. There's now, get this, Brandon, there's now a Letterboxd-esque app for wrestling fans called Dropkicked.
Oh, I bet that's pretty cool.
It is. You can go on there. You can rate the matches yourself. It's kind of like Cage Match, but instead it's formatted like Letterboxd. You can go on there. You can rate the matches. You can make lists of matches. Under any topic. And you can go on there. You can put your opinions. You can leave reviews of shows. You can leave reviews of single matches. This is a free plug right now. They do not sponsor us. But it is great. It is a great app. I've been on there. And y'all should go ahead and check that out if that's something of interest to you. Chambers, I know you probably want to check that out.
Let me ask Chambers a quick question while he's on here. Kim, if you didn't have stuff going on, you just contact me. We'll you never got to worry about that. Chambers, are you still on here? Just say yes. That's all you got to do. Oh, Pat McAfee is Gunther and Pat McAfee time. So this may be the main event. What is the main event?
Jay and Seth is the main event for the heavyweight title. Well, he's still on here.
You need to tune in tomorrow night for your chance to win tickets to the Mississippi Rumble, the GCW Mississippi Rumble, this coming Saturday night. Would you be able to make it? Just listen out. Gunther's on his way out. The Ring General, baby. Hit that like button. I want to get over 25 likes, and I've only got 22. I'm getting sad.
Real quick, before they start talking, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. I will be right back.
Tune in tomorrow night. You got a chance to win 2 free tickets to the Mississippi Rumble. You need to come to the Mississippi Rumble Saturday night, May the 10th, Hancock High School. You don't want to miss it. I need 3 more likes to get to 25. That's what I want to. We got Pat McAfee, Gunther in the ring. We're going to want to check this out. They're wanting to get it out tonight. Adam Pearce is wanting to get them to get it out tonight. Check it out. IPA. Orange, baby. Does he sound like a robot, or is it just me? I may be wrong. Pat McAfee is great. He's great. He's one of the greatest NFL kickers of all time. Look at him. He is soaking it in. Gunther does not care. I'm talking about share it and like it and all that tomorrow night.
Unlike you and your friend out there, I am professional.
Yeah, Michael Cole ain't ever been professional. Who cares about Michael Cole?
Oh, you guys shut up. I'll get back to that lineup. Don't you worry. I heard you mention being a professional and my friend over there. My friend over there, that man over there, that is a walking, talking goat over there.
That ain't a goat. That ain't a goat. Michael Cole is not a damn goat. Don't believe that. That is propaganda. Who runs GCW? Well, we'll talk in private message. But if you won't come, you know you're there. Kim, you know you're there. Don't worry. Michael Cole ain't no damn goat. He can't spell goat. But Pat McAfee's great. I've enjoyed Michael Cole in the later years.
Has earned the right to have an opinion. And since his opinion pissed you off so much that you just flipped the switch.
I love Pat McAfee. He is just great. He like makes you believe it. Gunther.
Right now.
Gunther. I can't believe we're almost 2 hours into, or we're over 2 hours into this, but
Because when I think of Nebraska, I think of the Cornhuskers.
Cheap pop from Matt Rule. Who cares about Matt Rule? He turned down like $100,000 a month to coach Nebraska.
When I come to Omaha, I think of their steaks. Nobody beats this town's meat, okay?
Nobody beats this town's meat. God, that was great. Love it. Hit that like button. Share it. comment right here on the podcast.
And right across from this arena is a baseball field that is hosting the College Baseball World Series.
Kim, hit me up and probably messages later. We'll talk.
This city is a symbol.
Goldberg versus Gunther. I hope not. Goldberg can't barely move no more. He's like me. He's getting old.
And I think dreams is a good word because I think you and I have a lot in common. Even though I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the United States of America.
The United States of America. That's great.
And you are from
Oh, Nick, damn. Dude, I've been drinking too much. I didn't even know you was back. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, not much, man. Yeah, I just been sitting here chilling, listening to Pat McAfee.
Look at McAfee. He's great. He looks like a damn star, does he not? Jamal Roberts, now in the top 7 on American Idol. This dude's going to finish top 3 or 4.
Oh, is that the guy? Is that the guy from Mississippi?
From Meridian.
From Meridian,
my
Mississippi.
hometown, baby.
I thought he was from Vegas.
I'm from Vegas, but I live. I mean, you know, whatever, man. Don't be trying to trap me.
I know you was born in Meridian.
Exactly. I was born in
Damn.
Meridian. I currently live in Vegas. But Jamal, my boy, Jamal Roberts, taking it over on American Idol from
You know him?
Meridian. No, I don't know.
Oh.
I just know how to spell his name. I don't know him, but I know how to spell his name. But he is from Meridian.
So
Well, we also got several. Do you ever heard of Paramore?
yeah,
Haley Williams.
yes.
She's from Meridian.
Awesome.
All right. What's his name? He won The Voice. Tillman. Todd Tillman.
Mm.
Meridian.
There was a guy on I know this guy wasn't from Meridian, but there was a guy on American Idol, I think a couple seasons ago, Colin Stowe, I think was his name.
Yeah.
He made the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't win, but you know, I mean, he was, in my opinion, he was pretty good.
Man, look. Do you know how much people care about me?
How much?
They don't care nothing about me because I'm still sitting at 22 likes. I can't get to 25 no matter what I do. That means I'm complete garbage to people. Can't get to 25 likes. Got 22. Need 3 more. Can't even get it. Gunther. I love Gunther. He's just great. Like, I mean, Pat McAfee's great. Michael Cole is Michael Cole. You see this?
I bet it was a very special day for you.
He sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Saturday is a very special day, and you just got me into the right mood for it. It's my first match since WrestleMania, and I'm going to show up sharp, I'm going to show up prepared, I'm going to show up more focused than ever before. Don't you worry that I overlook you. Don't you worry. I promise you my full and undivided attention.
What do you think about Gunther?
Because on Saturday,
What do I think about Gunther?
Yeah.
I like Gunther, man. He's good, man. He is probably got to be whenever I look at it, out of my top guys to watch that are on WWE right now, he's got to be in my top 3. It's got to be him, Punk, and I mean, I know. I mean, well, outside of John Cena, because I mean, I've always been a big John Cena guy, so obviously Cena's gonna be number 1.
Yeah, I saw the brown on your lips.
And then what was it? So Cody, Punk, going through there. They got to be my top 3 for.
Uh-oh. Gunther just pushed McAfee, and look at McAfee. He looks like Luke Bates. Like he's going to do something, but he's really not. Hold on, we got some comments. Look, I got to stop drinking water.
Drinking water?
Yeah.
Why?
Ouch. Chase Matthews, where have you been, son? Prison or what?
Why you gotta stop drinking water?
Because I'm getting drunk off water. I have to start drinking beer or something. I wonder if this builds Goldberg Gunther. Goldberg is in the nursing home eating bread pudding. What are you talking about, Gunther and Goldberg? Sure will. All right. Chase Matthews. Christopher David Chambers. Ouch. That's what Chase Matthews says. Take a shit or shite. Laugh out loud. Okay. I guess that's a Nero joke. Where the hell did you go? Did you get those pants? Who's she talking to? Shawn Michaels on the screen.
Talking about them Home Alone pants.
Oh, I make them all the time. He called Gunther soft. Probably did. Drunk off water is a legit thing. It is. I don't understand why people don't understand it. Getting drunk off water is a legit thing. Have you not seen?
Do you drink so much alcohol that water is making you drunk, or like what? How does this work? Explain, Brandon. Explain.
I don't know. Sam Roberts is on TV right now. You know who Sam Roberts is. Look at Orton. He is cut, baby. He's cut. Is Cena and Orton going to be the last match? Is that going to be Cena's last match against Randy Orton? I'm starting to think it.
Nah, it can't be.
What do you think is going to be Cena's last match then?
His last match?
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about Cena and Orton?
Hey, JB, go like this post if you hadn't, and make people like it.
Are you talking about this Saturday?
Huh?
Are you talking about this Saturday will be his last match, or just in general that will be his last match?
No, I'm talking about his last match in general. Is it going to be against Orton? Who do you think it's going to be against?
Potentially, yeah. It'll probably be Orton. I'll say that it'll probably
because they have a lot of history together.
Mm.
Hold on. Chase is in here. He must have blocked because I can't see. No, like he's not supposed to be within 20 yards of a school, so that's why you can't see him. Here comes Seth. Are we ready, baby? Are we ready for the main event? I need 2 more likes to get me to 25. Please, if you hate me, you will get me to 25. 2 more likes.
You hate me. Yeah, Punk's got to be lurking somewhere.
No, R-Truth is not going to be seen as last match. I would love that. It's not going to happen. I would love that. Seth Rollins. If you disagree that Seth Rollins is one of the greatest talents to ever step foot in the wrestling business, then you're friends with Alex Baker. Chase, nobody blocked you. You are in here, baby.
Well, yeah, you got to give R-Truth the match against his childhood idol now. Come on.
His childhood idol was Little Jimmy, baby.
Well, that's what he said. No, that's his words. He said that John Cena was his childhood hero was John Cena.
Dude, look,
Despite the fact,
R-Truth is older than me.
that's
That
what I was
should
about to say.
tell you.
That's what I was about to
I'm
say.
older
Despite
than
the
John
fact,
Cena.
that's what I was about to say. Despite the fact he's older than John Cena.
We need to get some like old time. Some of the guys I've talked to, we need to get them together. We need to do a deal like with XPW, WCW, anything. Hold on. It's main event time. We didn't know that, Chris Chambers. My God. They didn't just tell us that on TV. It's main event time. Like, you had to tell me? Are you considering me to be one of these trailer park trash hillbillies? Hold on. I got a boy. Look, Hunter, take over for just a second, okay? Can you
I
do
got
that?
Yeah,
We got
I
a
can-
minute 44 seconds during commercial.
All right. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. If you ain't press that like button, press it right now. Press it, please. Press it. We're trying to get to 25. That you know, I believe that's on Facebook. We're trying to get to 25 right now. So, if you would please indulge us for a minute and get us to 25 likes, we would very much appreciate it. Yeah, but right now we are getting ready for the main event of Raw. Thank you for tuning in to this watch along. If you are tuned in right now, hopefully you're also watching Raw. Hopefully you're enjoying it just the way we are. We haven't really been paying that much attention to Raw, but what we have seen, we have enjoyed. We've kind of been a little preoccupied, if you get my drift. But anyway, we are officially 30 seconds away from the main event. Right now, just ads going through. Like I said, leave a comment, like, share, follow Brandon on Facebook, follow us on or subscribe to us on YouTube is what I should say. All that good stuff. Do it, please, pretty please.
I exited the room. Haha.
When is Breaker going to turn on Rollins? Please tell us.
Yeah, please tell us. Since you're a fortune teller, Luke Bates, tell us.
When we see Breaker going to turn on Rollins, but when is he going to do it?
Luke versus Alex. It's not going to happen. Both of them are scared. Man, well, give us some proof. We haven't seen any proof.
Is it going to happen tonight, tomorrow? Is it going to
Next
happen?
week? Still. Kim Grimes steals.
It's going to happen at Backlash. Is it going to happen at SummerSlam? Is it going to happen at Survivor Series?
Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus who?
It's going to be Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. What was that? You saw that? That Morgan and Morgan
yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
Guy with the glowing eyes. What was that? Anyway, it's going to be Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Julia and Roxanne Perez. And also Luke Bates says that it's going to happen tonight. It says he's going to turn on him tonight. Tonight.
Luke Bates. If Jay, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to just shut up.
Let's see. Okay, so by the Rumble. Wait, yeah, that is next year. Okay, so by the Rumble 2026. All right. For some reason, I thought 2025. The Rumble still had to come up, but I was like, wait, that already happened this year.
Well,
anyway.
I mean, right now we don't know where we're at.
What?
We don't know where we're at. Hit that like button. I want to get to 30. We're at 25. We need 5 more. You telling me 5 more of you sorry people cannot like it? Alicia Taylor, she is not nowhere near as good as Samantha, right?
Yeah, I like Samantha better.
Samantha Irvin was way better. I don't really care for this Alicia girl.
Who's the GOAT ring announcer in your opinion?
Howard Finkel.
Facts.
See, I didn't even have to think about that. And if it wasn't Howard Finkel, it would be who?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if I get that question,
Tommy Chim.
Okay. What was it? Me personally, I like.
And Lillian Garcia. I would give her.
To me, that's a question I really have to think about. I didn't even think about Howard Finkel though. He doesn't like for some reason like it takes a while to get to him. But yes, he would be the GOAT for me. Yeah.
Howard Finkel's up here.
Mm-hmm.
Howard Finkel's the top. I mean, whether you like him, love him, hate him, whatever, Howard Finkel is it.
That's very true.
Garcia's there. Tommy Chimmel's there. I mean, those are some of the greats.
That's the interesting thing is like back in the day, there was a lot of good commentators, but none of them really like as ring announcers were like, you know what I mean? Because usually they used to have the same guy do the same thing. You know what I mean? Ring announcer would go to the commentary desk, and but you know they weren't very like, you know what I mean? Like, as ring announcing and commentary, you know, they need two different things. You know what I mean? And
right, so
yeah,
you growing up, who was the top commentary team for you?
Well, growing up for me, it would definitely be JR and the King.
Yeah. Jerry the King Lawler and JR the greatest.
I mean, I also liked. I mean, obviously, I also liked the commentary on TNA. You know, Mike Tenay and Don West as well. And then I forget who came after Don West, but Tenay,
Josh Matthews.
Maybe it was Taz.
Taz was after that, but I'm just saying, what do you think of Josh Matthews? The Fink was the GOAT.
Josh Matthews. I mean, he was, you know, he was all right. I mean, he was probably average.
I agree.
I guess.
She is trying to be Samantha. She can't look like Samantha, and she can't sound like Samantha. That's all there is to it. And if you get offended by that, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to just like somebody to make them feel better. Finkel, Lillian, Chimmel, Samantha. There you go. I agree. Here's my thing is, we know why Samantha's not there is because Ricochet's not there.
Fair enough.
What are you down for, Alex Baker, that Chris Chambers is down for? Gorilla Heenan, not even close. Gorilla Heenan was great. Don't get me wrong.
He said Luke
on Gorilla and the Heenan.
He said Luke versus Alex. That's what Alex is down for.
Okay.
But anyway,
I don't think that happened.
Yeah. But anyway, you are right. I mean, you know that the Gorilla and Heenan was great, but just for whenever I was growing up, it was the King and Jerry Lawler, or the King and JR and Jerry Lawler.
I wouldn't put him there.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I like Taz, you know, because Taz is unique. You know, he's got a unique voice.
He does.
He's unique. I like Taz, but would I put him in the conversation like greatest commentator? Nah.
And let me ask you this: while we're watching Seth, who is just cut, looking good, and everything, why don't we say, I'm not a fan of Excalibur. I just don't think the mask shit works. I really don't. Rollins ain't scared of nothing, Luke Bates. He's scared. He's more scared. You're more scared of Alex Baker than he is of whoever he's doing with Jason.
The thing is about Excalibur is the whole mask thing kind of banks on the fact that you knew who he was to begin with, and he's one of those guys that, like, when you think about the early 2000s indies, you think about Joe. Well, actually, he wasn't even really like early 2000s indies. He was more like mid to late 2000s indies. And, you know, whenever you think about that era, you think about Generico. You think
Maybe.
about, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about Steen. You think about Kevin Steen. You don't really think like Excalibur's like on a tier below those guys. You know what I mean? And so,
Excalibur is below, I would say, Stan Lane on commentary.
yeah, exactly. What was it? He was a tier below all these other guys that I'm talking about whenever he was a wrestler. He's a tier below guys as a commentator. I'm not ripping him in any way, but I didn't like him as a wrestler. I didn't like him. I don't like him as a commentator currently. Like I said, he could have lost the mask as a commentator, and maybe he wouldn't annoy me as much. Oh wow, look at Seth go over the commentary table there.
That was great. Oh damn, he did. Luke Bates, you are scared. You're shaking in your boots. You're so scared.
Yeah, well, what was it? Chambers bringing up some good names there. Gordon Soley, McMahon,
here's
and
the thing.
Ventura.
Excalibur is not even. I wouldn't even put him above like the worst commentary. Excalibur is not really a commentary. He's terrible. He was a terrible wrestler. He's a terrible commentator.
In my opinion, what he does on commentary is he explains. Like, don't get me wrong, most of the time they leave it up to him to explain the history between guys. But in my opinion, I understand that JR is getting up there. He maybe can't do the traveling anymore the way that he used to. I understand that. But you've got a guy as talented as Jim Ross. You have him under contract. I understand that, he had a bad fall. He was off TV for a few weeks. I understand, but why don't you use him and you keep using Excalibur as your play-by-play guy? Because I think that JR and Nigel McGuinness would be a great combo. I mean, hell, like Shivani even being there. I mean, Shivani is kind of past his prime.
But Shivani is still up there. Excalibur is somebody that hides behind a mask.
Facts.
That honestly, they just gave him a job because he was with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Yeah, he's buddies with people, like you were saying the other day.
He's not really that good. He's just with buddies with people. That's like I said, talent doesn't matter as who you know. And that's what Excalibur does, because I cannot listen to his bullshit. Okay? He's terrible. Joey Styles is great. I will give Joey Styles. He's one of the people that you can listen to. All right, you should be scared. Look, let me just say this. Guys, can we calm down?
Chill.
Can we calm down?
Chill.
All right. Excalibur he's not even in the top 50 commentators of all time. I would put Chris Cruz up there above Excalibur. Excalibur to me is just, they try to make him sound like he's great because he's got a freaking mask on. Screw
yeah,
Excalibur.
I can name a good bunch of guys before I get to Excalibur on that list. Okay, like let's see, JR, okay, The King, Taz, Michael Cole, what was it?
Monsoon.
Monsoon, Heenan, Dusty Rhodes, Tony Schiavone, Nigel McGuinness, Don West, Mike Tenay, Bryant J.B. Williamson says he didn't like Mauro Ranallo, but I'd put him above Excalibur.
Mauro Ranallo is better than Excalibur. Excalibur is there because he's in the circle jerk of AEW. AEW is not. Look at this. Excalibur is probably, who is he above in commentary? I don't think anybody. I'll say this: Jim Ross is one of the goats. We know that.
Mhm.
I didn't like Mauro Ranelli. I'm gonna just say this. Mauro Ranelli is a snowflake. He's a whiner. He is a bitch. He has to whine about, oh, JBL bullied me. When you have to talk about somebody bullying you, you're a bitch. Okay.
You know, well, speaking of JBL, I kind of enjoyed him on commentary too. This
Mongo
may be.
McMichael was great on
Mhm.
on Nitro back in the day when it
Yes,
first
he was. Here's a little bit of a deep cut. I don't know if you're gonna know about this, Brandon, but if you grew up around the time I grew up, you probably understand this. Um, What Culture Wrestling? They had what's
Yes,
his
I
name?
remember what culture.
Yeah. What was that guy? The guy that would wear the crown, King Ross, right?
Yep.
You remember how he used to do? I think it was ups and downs, and he had the "It's John o'clock." I can't say the rest of it on this podcast, but or on this live right now. But it's John o'clock, and he used to always point out the hilarious things that JBL would say, the
Yes.
funny things that JBL would say, and he did create a lot of memorable sayings on commentary. And of course, everybody knows I love it, Michael. You know. Uh, and whenever somebody get pinned, he'd go ball game, that kind of stuff. But I like JBL on commentary, man. I
Oh,
did.
JBL is great. JBL is one of those talents that you can't replace. I love JBL. My thing with Excalibur is he's got a mask on. He knows people. That's it.
And really, he can explain. Don't get me wrong. He kind of is serving a little bit of a purpose. He can kind of explain some of the indie history or like the New Japan history between people and stuff like that. But like I said, JR can just as easily do that. But here's the big thing. Here's the big thing about him. If you take that away from him, if you take Excalibur away, he's there to yell the names of moves. You know what I mean? It's not even like Vince McMahon, what a maneuver, or like stuff like that. It's like oh it makes sense for Taz to do this, but it doesn't make sense for for Excalibur, because Excalibur, you can tell, hasn't trained any martial arts or anything like that. So
No.
whenever Taz is like, calls an armbar a Gujigatami, because that's a name for it in, I believe, judo or jujitsu, one of the two. If I mess that up, that's my bad. But
Maybe totally not like that.
that is the name, like that makes sense for Taz, because Taz trained jujitsu and judo and stuff like that. But you can tell Excalibur didn't, so him calling it a Gujigatami instead of an armbar is so weird to me. Like, he's just there to yell the names of moves. Like those obscure names. Yeah, those obscure names of moves and stuff like that, so he can sound like he knows some stuff, but that's about it.
He don't. I mean, Excalibur is terrible. All right. And I would love for anybody to challenge me on that. Excalibur is the worst. Let's see, hold on. Taz knows what the hell he's talking about. He does.
Exactly. And you believe him. You definitely believe him. That's what I'm saying.
Excalibur is one of these guys that if I had to rank him in the top 100, he would be in the 1,000th place of commentary because he is terrible. He's got a mask to cover his ugly ass face, and nobody gives a shit what he says. Nobody cares. That's the honest opinion. Hit that like button. Come on. We're at 25. We need to get to 30. Seth, buckle bomb to Jay. If Seth don't win this championship,
no water in the pool. Oh, here we go. Spear. Nope. Go. Pedigree.
Missed it. There it is, into a pedigree.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you was behind.
I'm a little behind you.
My bad. Let's see. Excalibur is
trying. He is not trying to beat Tenay. He could never beat Tenay. Excalibur is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to commentary. And people are going to sit there and say, "Oh, Excalibur's good." No, he's not. He's terrible.
I think, but I do get where he's coming from. I feel like in his mind, he may think he's Mike Tenay.
He does.
You know what I mean?
He probably is. He does. But Excalibur is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't be on commentary. He's just in part of the circle jerk that is AEW. That's all it is. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. The GCW, the Mississippi Rumble, we're going to be talking about it right here on the live. You're not going to want to miss it. Hit that like button. We need to get at least 30. We've only got 25. Here comes Jay. I'm going to let you handle it for just a sec, Nick Hunter. Go ahead and take.
All righty. So right now we're seeing. I mean, it's getting pretty good right now on Raw. I'd have to say it's getting pretty good. Right now, a very close near fall there by Jey Uso off that spear. I'm very interested to see the turnout of this match, the result, if you will. But right now, I mean, hey, everything's going great. I hope you're watching Raw with us. And I hope everything is going good for y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying everything. Hit that like button if you're enjoying me and Brandon going back and forth and having conversation during Raw and stuff like that. I know that this is supposed to be, it says right above me or whatever. It says Monday Night Raw watch along, or actually maybe it's below me. I'm not sure. But anyway, it says watch along. We're doing our best. We're doing our best to stay on track, I promise. And right now, Jay looks like he's going up high. Right now, Seth coming up there to cut him off. Chris Chambers says, what were we saying about? I'm confused. Oh, will they cut his title reign short? Okay. They could. I could see it happening. I can definitely see it happening for sure. And, oh, wow, superplex into the Falcon Arrow, a trademark of Seth Rollins. And now, here we go. He's looking for the stomp.
Man, if Seth Rollins don't win this.
Here comes the cover.
He's a way better talent than Jey Uso. Oh, there it is. The stomp. There's too many false finishes in wrestling today. There's way too many.
Yeah, too many people hitting. Too many people hitting their finish, and it's not. You know what I mean? And it's not the finish. I mean, come on now. Oh wait, who is that? Punk? No, it's Sami Zayn. Come on now. You think Sammy's coming out the entryway? Come on, man. Oh, see, I told you. Come on. I was like, you really think he's coming out the entryway? Come on.
They need to cut his title reign short.
And there's a spear. And now he's going up high. Uso splash.
Oh, this is predictable. Oh, he kicked out. Rollins kicked out.
So now, don't get me wrong. A false finish like that would have been fine. You know what I mean? Just one like that would have been fine, because now you're like, oh, yeah, Jay's going to win it. Oh, now, now maybe not, now you start, now you kind of start getting the doubt in your head, like, oh, if that didn't beat him, what's going to? You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Just wait till you see what just happened.
You think Zayn's going to turn heel? Oh, Braun Breaker.
Look at that.
Look at that.
I love it. Just real quick, a little side note. I love Braun Breaker's spear, man. It's got to be one of the best.
There's too many false finishes. I agree.
Exactly.
Way
Yes.
too many.
Yes. 6 in 1 match is awful. I'm saying if they did one and it was like that, that's fine. That's great. You know, and it works. But doing a bunch of them, you know, it waters down that one that was really good. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
exactly.
And that's Punk. That's got to be Punk. I say I wore this shirt for a reason. I knew he was going to be on Raw tonight. Oh, here
And,
we go.
and I don't think Seth likes Rollins. Like CM Punk for real.
Yeah, that's definitely a shoot. Like, they definitely do not. There goes that match. Here comes Breaker. Ooh.
CM Punk was betrayed in Mania by his best friend. And Rollins and Breaker scattering.
The crowd is chanting CM Punk though.
Mm-hmm.
Which CM Punk's always been one of my favorites, no doubt.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I didn't appreciate Punk, man. I like back in the day, like back whenever I was really young and I was a John Cena guy through and through. I didn't appreciate how good we had it with CM Punk, man.
Exactly. Well,
But now that I'm older, I understand, and it looks like that's how Raw is gonna go off the air tonight.
next Monday, Louisville, Kentucky. Well, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you have not liked this video, like it now. As Raw goes off the air on Netflix, thank you. Nick Hunter,
Yes,
final
sir.
thoughts? Go ahead and give it.
All right. Well, hey, like I said, we didn't really focus on Raw that much this week. But
Not at all, because yeah.
But hey, man, what we have seen was fantastic. What we focused on, what was able to get our attention was really good stuff, and it's gonna be great stuff next Monday. For what they've set us up with.
I agree. We need to check out the Cena and Edge stuff from WWE Championship back in 2007, 2008, 2005, whatever. But we'll check it out. But thank you for joining us right here on this live. Remember, join us tomorrow night. The GCW, the Mississippi Rumble. Britt Ian Landry is coming on. We're going to talk about that. Give away 2 free tickets. Make sure you check it out. Give this video a like, a share, everything. We'll see you tomorrow. Right here on the Brady Show. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good. Thank y'all for tuning in.